So we are back at another card show. This one was in Lima, Ohio, and I believe this show is only once a year. I did a show here last year, and it was actually very nice, so I decided to go back, and it was definitely worth it again. There was some really nice dealers there. Forgot to get a whole lot of clips of the tables, but there was a decent amount of vintage. I at least found enough stuff to make the trip worth it, and I got to talk to some really cool people too. Some of you guys, some of the people who watch the videos. Don't forget to stick around to the end of the video to see the 1,000 subscriber giveaway and see the winners for that. So I did manage to find some pretty good stuff today, a pretty good mix overall, kind of an ideal show. For the amount of money I spent, I got a pretty perfect mix of kind of smaller cards, under 50 or under $100. And I got two bigger kind of key cards and then a few decent kind of mid-tier cards in there as well. So kind of all ends of the spectrum here in this video. Like I said, three main deals that happened. We'll go over the first one. This was all a bunch of raw vintage. I got a Walter Payton rookie to start off with, and this one does have some marking down at the bottom, but a Walter Payton rookie, I paid about $100 for this. You never go wrong with cards like these. I don't usually dip into football, but cards like these always sell. And the rest of this lot was all baseball. So we got a 55 Ted Kluszewski. This is a Topps. Some of these have some wrinkles, but got all these at a good price, kind of like a value box type. We got a Nelly Fox, a Don Newcomb, a few 55 Bowmans, red Shandy. This one's in a little bit of nicer condition. I don't think he has any creases. 58 Pee Wee Reese is always a popular card. This is Pee Wee Reese last card. So this one sells pretty well every time I get it. I don't usually have to hold on to these for too long. I think it's a pretty good looking card. Color on both of these, the Reese and this Koufax here, this 59 Koufax. Color on both of those is pretty nice. This one obviously super sharp, but miscut. I'm not sure if it has any creases. I don't see any at the moment. I may find some on there, but miscut cards like this I can generally get somewhere between 2 and 3 price. This one's nice enough that you can probably get around 3 price, somewhere around there, maybe low end 4 price. But lots of people definitely undervalue miscut cards. I mean, there's people out there who don't mind as long as they're like that, have sharp corners and edges and everything, color. There's still some people out there who look for those types of cards. Sometimes they can take a little bit longer, but I did manage to find some sweet 63 Fleers. Got a whole bunch of them here. I did get probably like 30 commons and then a handful of stars here, about probably 10 of them. Got Orlando Cepeda, Mazeroski, couple Brooks Robinsons. All these are in decent shape. I don't think any of these had creases for the 63 Fleers. Got Spawn, Clemente, and then there was 2 Willie Mazes in there. So those are probably the biggest card in the set, I believe, is the Maze. I know the Koufax can be pretty expensive too, and then the Clemente is also one of the best cards. 63 Fleers and all those oddball sets I always like to pick up. Sets that if you're building or just want, a card or two from, they're a little bit harder to find. So when you do have them, people who want them generally snap them up. 7 Whitey Ford is next up, and then we're moving on to some 1970s. Got a Carl Yastrzemski 72, a 74 Mike Schmidt, second year card. And some third year Schmidts, got 2 of those, and a nice Robin Yount rookie. This one's probably seen better days. That bottom left corner is a little rough, but not the worst condition card I've ever sold, that's for sure. And then this 78 Topps Paul Molitor, Alan Trammell. Another classic card from the 70s. So that was the first little lot there, and then I did get about 2 more purchases. One of them was just 2 slabs, so we'll get to that first. And like I said, you guys know I mostly stick to baseball, but sometimes I can't help myself, especially when it comes to pre-war. But there's a Jack Johnson boxing card that I figured I had to pick it up. It was pretty cool. I've never had any real pre-war boxing. I think it's my first pre-war boxing card. Obviously, it's pretty beat, but it was more just kind of a toss-in to make the real deal happened. Was this 1954 Bowman Mickey Mantle PSA 4. It's got some really nice color. It's got nice registration. It is an older label, but it is still a pretty legit 4 if you kind of look all around the card. Other than centering, there's no real major flaws with it. Sharp card overall. And that was the biggest card for the day. So we had that 54 Bowman Mantle. We'll get to the other biggest card here in this next deal, But there was a little bit of pre-war and then a good amount of kind of 50s and stuff mixed in with this one. But we had I'm trying to hide this stack here. We got a couple 39 play balls, both Mo Berg and Hank Greenberg, some lower grade. Berg is probably a little bit nicer than the Greenberg is. Again, kind of like the 63 Fleers, but pre-war, you know, a little bit tougher to find. Not a set that you see every day. Not everyone's favorite set, but people who collect it love it. And those are some of the better cards out of the set, to be honest. And then we got the second biggest card of the day, but probably my favorite, to be honest. 41 play ball Ted Williams, authentic. Super nice color on this. I believe the alteration was the erase marks here, so there is some writing on it. It says something 1941, bat 406 on the back. But for what it is, I'm assuming that's the alteration, like everything else looks all right on it. But for what it is a beautiful looking 41 play ball Ted Williams. The color isn't completely gone on it. Corners aren't too bad, no real major wrinkles, nothing going through his face, anything like that. So a beautiful 41 play ball Ted Williams you could get on the lower end if you're looking for a Ted Williams. Being an authentic altered, some of these slabs you're gonna get the best looking cards for the price that you're paying. And come on, I mean, this 41 play ball Ted, at least for me, that's up there with some of the best looking cards. That's one of my personal favorites of all time. That's a great looking card. But then we did also pick up some 1950s. So we got this Roy Campanella, nice second year Campy. This is another one of the coolest looking cards. And the colors go perfect with the Dodgers logos. And we get into some 50s and 60s here with two 58 Willie Mays. Got the All-Star and the normal one. Another miscut. Crease free on both of them. Can never go wrong with Mays. I gotta buy these just every time I see him. He's always the first one to go. Got another Mays and also a Roberto Clemente from 1959. Pretty nice color on almost all the cards today. Got pretty good color on them. These ones also two just staples. I mean, from the 50s. Can't go wrong with any Mays, any Clemente. They're both pretty nice looking. So no Gibsons today, but I did end up with those two, so that's pretty nice. Got the 69 Topps Mantle yellow letter. This one's got a small little wrinkle down there in the bottom, but pretty nice overall. Any Mantle people are always gonna like. Every Mantle is a good card. And then one more to round off the show, the 1970 Topps Nolan Ryan. Not the nicest condition one you'll ever see, but nothing horribly wrong with it either. No major creases, you know, just typical corner wear, edge wear, all that. But it's a third year Nolan Ryan, so it's also a great card. I try to pick up as many of his, you know, 69, 70, 71, 72 type cards that I can. His stuff, he's kind of like the Mantle of the 70s, to be honest. I mean, you can sell any Nolan Ryan card, kind of like you can sell any Mantle. But that's it for the show pickups. I do have a little bit of more cards here sitting right next to me, so I'll just go through these quick Heritage Mail Day. So I got these at a Heritage auction. But I got the 55 Topps Ted Williams in a PSA 2.5. Ted Williams, people love this guy, that's for sure. And he's always got some of the best looking cards too, so you can never go wrong with the Ted. Got the second year Aaron in a 1.5. And then to round off the video, a 53 Topps Jackie Robinson PSA. Beautiful card. Couldn't tell you exactly what the alteration is. They don't put it in the listing, but what I can tell you is that this card is freaking gorgeous. You can see centering, the color, it's all around great looking Jackie. And at least for bigger cards, like this is somewhat of a bigger card. These have kind of been my bread and butter over the past 6 months or so, like the nice looking Authentics, nice looking one. I've talked about that plenty in former videos, and I just gotta keep doing more of the same. Some of these cards can fetch like way higher than ones and twos do if you got the right looking Authentic and you find the right buyer. If you can buy it off someone who treats kind of all Authentics as the same. This one was an auction, so I did have to pay up for this one a bit. But if you can buy off like a dealer who treats all Authentics as the same, and you can buy this card for the average price of Authentics and then sell it for 3 price or just keep it at that price, I mean, that's a gorgeous looking card. Some people undervalue the Authentics, so it's definitely something to look out for, especially at shows, and especially with people if they have lots of modern stuff. So no offense if you collect modern stuff, but lots of times people who have modern stuff just kind of treat all grades the same. So authentics, you can scoop up if there's a modern dealer who's got some vintage that, you know, kind of stumbled upon. Like I said, that's not what happened in this case, but that has happened before, and you can get some pretty good deals like that. So we're gonna go ahead and do the giveaway for the 1,000 subscribers. Again, thank you to everyone who is subscribed, everyone who watches the videos. We're gonna go ahead and pick 3 winners here total. So the first one is gonna be for one of the 3 big cards, and then the following 2 will be for the 68 Topps game cards. So here we go, and good luck to everybody. Looking like Jay Tresser comes home with the big win, and that's going to be the Harmon Killebrew. So I'll go and reply to your comment, Jay. Congratulations. But let's go ahead and see who's going to be getting the Topps games. So we'll go ahead and do those drawings as well. Let's pick another winner. And Dean Jackson is going to be the second winner. So Dean Jackson, you're going to get one of these 2 of your choice, one of the 68 Topps games, and then we will go ahead and pick one more winner for the second 68 Topps game. Armando Hernandez, congratulations. I'm gonna get one of those Topps games to you. So thank you to everyone who entered, everyone who watches the videos, and I'll see you guys next time.